Darth Sidious was furious that Commander Appo failed and let Darth Jar Jar get away. If Appo hadn't died in the process, Sidious would have made the rest of his life horrible. But luckily, a clone at the very end of the battle put a tracker on one of Jar Jar's soldiers, so the new Emperor knew where they were heading. Yavin 4. The Emperor called upon Commander Bly to go off and take down the Sith Master. Darth Jar Jar sensed he wasn't out of the thick of it yet, so he had the Binks Brigade prepare a defensive position on a steep hillside and await his enemy to come. The old Sith Lord preferred to attack, but at this point he really couldn't afford to. He needed to expand his army before he could win an assault, but that thought would have to wait until after the battle. Hey guys, what's going on? Daily Tactics here, and today I am back with episode 2 of the Darth Jar Jar series. And many of you guys were kind of worried about this series because you don't love the character Jar Jar and you don't love this theory. But don't worry, this is going to be a short mini-series, probably only 5 or 6 episodes. But other than that, today we have Jar Jar escaping to this other planet here, Yavin 4. Jar Jar is here with his men. There he is himself. Still not rocking the lightsaber. He's still using a rifle. Once the lightsaber comes out, I think you know Jar Jar's serious. But right now, this is a pretty simple defense mission for him. He has done this nice little tower defense next to this temple. And he's lined up his troopers. Still using these rebel trooper-ish things, but we're calling them Binks Brigade now. Thank you to the people who commented that. And yeah, he's got a few forward positions here, but mainly his force is in the way back here. He doesn't have a very large source of troopers, so obviously he's going to need to find a new source of troopers pretty soon. Alright, and Commander Bly is attacking with a sizable clone trooper army here. Quite sizable. They probably outnumber Jar Jar 2 or 3 to 1. Alright, let's go ahead and press start. Alright, Bly and his troopers are marching forward here. I have a feeling this will be the first engagement, and I was right. Binks Brigade is fighting these clones, and they are getting wiped out pretty heavily. They're getting a few shots off on these clone troopers. This guy's going for a bit of a dip. I don't see really any clone troopers actually going down. This would be a pretty good opportunity to grenade for these guys, since the BLY'S troops are so close, but they're just falling before they even get the chance to grenade. Oh, that one guy, he's still alive. We got a Rodian here. He gets a shot off and then bites the dust right there. It's okay, though. There's still plenty more Binks Brigade troopers around. This other forward position's over here as well. And it looks like they might be coming into range of these clone troopers. And yep, we see a little bit of firing going off. These men are fighting off the oncoming 327th Star Corps, who are trying to traverse this sort of harsh terrain and try and get good angles on these Binks Brigade troopers around here. And these guys are falling pretty heartily as well. A couple of these clone troopers are going down, but not many. Not enough to really make a difference for Binks Brigade here. These guys way in the back over here are starting to participate, though, and they're getting some nice sniper shots off onto the clone troopers who are cresting over onto that other embankment where their allies have pretty much all died. Yep, they've all died. Alright, so now it's up to these, like, 8 guys. The last of the forward trenches here. And they're all dead. Okay, so these forward trenches really didn't do a ton. They got a few kills here, actually. But other than that, they were somewhat useless. Didn't really do much. And now, the main entree of the battle has started. Way back here, Binks Brigade has begun to engage on this hillside. And they're firing down on Commander Bly's troops down there. It's really, I think, impossible to find Commander Bly in all of these 327th Star Corps troopers. Maybe if we happen to stumble upon him, luckily we'd, know it's him, but I mean, there's so many and they all sort of have the same markings. I think it's a little tough. Odds are he's not dead yet, but he could be. He could have bit the dust. A few more of these Star Corps troopers in the way back here are getting sniped and dying, as we can see, but for the most part, they're actually getting some good fire down on these these Binks Brigade troopers. They're at the base here, though, and they're starting to crest up. Grenades are actually being thrown, and just a lot of clone trooper fire is coming at them. Of course, these clone troopers are afraid to fail because Darth Sidious, you obviously don't want to report back to Darth Sidious that you failed. That's a tough job right there. And they really aren't failing just yet. Binks Brigade is holding strong, but these clones are pouring on a lot of fire onto them. And it's going to be tough for Binks Brigade to continue. Looks like the flanks of Binks Brigade are starting to get into the battle a little bit more. We see a sniper right there. He could be very, very effective at this juncture in the battle because of how far away most of these clones are. We're seeing a good amount of clones actually falling from afar, but they're still getting just so much fire down on these guys. I'm very surprised these guys are still alive. These Binks Brigade troopers who are so far ahead of everyone else. They're taking a ton of fire, but I think they're just healing up under cover before taking more. Jar Jar himself is chilling over here on this little trench side, overseeing the battle. You know, Sith aren't exactly the most courageous or honor-filled people, so they're pretty content with just chilling in the back and letting their troops take the brunt of the war, and they swoop in and take the glory at the end. Alright, these clones are getting very, very far up here, but they've got a long ways to go. Grenades are actually being thrown from Binks Brigade. That's not going to connect with anyone, though. I am so surprised these guys are still alive. The clones really just need to get like 1 or 2 solid grenades up there, and they'll clear that trench, but they seem to refuse to. A couple clones trying to flank over here. The far flank, though, is still holding very strong. They've only lost 1 trooper, though it doesn't seem like the clones have really attacked over here. They've got a few soldiers attacking, but for the most part, that's not really a high contention area. Alright, these guys are starting to go down a little bit more, and clones are getting braver, marching forward a little bit more. A ton of them are just hiding behind the base of the hill here. You know, going up this hill is kind of a death trap, or death sentence. Not a bueno thing to have happen. If you hop up that hill, you're probably going to get blaster shot to the schnoz. Alright, and these boys over here are taking some fire still, but they're still alive. I'm honestly very surprised by these guys. Oh my god, there's still so many clones left alive back here. There are a lot, jeez. I still haven't seen Bly. For all we know, Bly could be dead by this point. I'm trying to look around, see the clones' faces, see if I can make out Bly's markings, but currently, I'm just not seeing it. Bly could easily be dead, and we just wouldn't know. A couple clones trying to get into sniper positions in these weeds back here. My man's in a puddle over this way. Alright, these clones are still firing at this left flank over here, which is still holding pretty strong. Not too shabby. How is this middle still alive? I'm so surprised. That is a shocker. I did give Binks Brigade 150 health compared to the normal 100 health, which the clone troopers have. But I do that for every defensive mission, pretty much. You can guarantee I will give the defenders a little bit more health. But I don't know why those guys are surviving so well. Maybe it's because it's such an awkward angle to shoot up at that not a ton of shots are connecting. By the way, this far right flank over here is not really seeing any action at all, and that is where Binks himself is situated, so I'd like to see some more action over there where Binks will actually get into the fight. So why don't we, some of these clones who are just really, really far back, why don't we navigate them more to the right here? Because they're doing nothing in the first place, so we might as well send them to the right. And we'll push a few guys forward to the left over here, and we'll keep the middle the same, I think. Oh, there we go. A couple grenades going up here. Down to 2 guys on this top part here. a ton of dudes at the base of this hill, like I said earlier, and if they would just get brave and actually launch an attack over there, that'd be impressive. And they probably succeed pretty well, but they're not doing it. These clones I sent over here are getting butchered before they can even get a shot off. This is a tight defense over here, I guess. Yeah, those guys got wrecked. There's one more left alive. He's crawling through the brambles, checking on his brothers, seeing if anyone's still alive, but looks like no dice, and he's going to crawl away a little bit. He doesn't want to tango without backup. A couple clones crawling up the hill, trying their best to get up there, but only to get shot down. Binks is a brilliant strategist, and he has really set up the perfect defense on top of this hill, making the most out of his troops, I would say. So the clones are going to have a tough time finishing him off on this hillside. Man, some of these clones are really, really far away, hoping to get a few sniper shots, but these DC-15As are not forgiving at long range, so I don't see it happening, them getting too many kills at this distance. A whole bunch of them over here on the left are actually retreating up mildly. Don't love to see that. Alright, let's set all of these guys to no retreat so they would stop doing that, hopefully. Where is it? Come on, we need brave soldiers here, not cowards. No retreat. There we go. Alright, so these guys are now on no retreat mode, so they'll stop doing that, hopefully. Alright, we got actually a large pack of clones moving in over here on the far right. I didn't send these guys forwards. They're doing this on their own accord, crawling through the brambles, guerrilla warfare style. They want to take these rebels by surprise. Oh, our surviving friend over here was doing some recon and he got shot down by the rebels on that right flank. Oh, these guys over here are taking a run for their money from clones who are starting to concentrate on their position. Alright. Alright. It's time to solidify this a little bit more. This battle's all over the place. I think we need to orchestrate a clone attack, because we have plenty of clone troops here. They just need to make the most of them. So we're going to launch them in a good attack. Actually, these guys are attacking on their own slightly, so we'll let them do that. I think in the middle they've got to be a little bit more forceful and actually push up a little bit more. They're kind of all over the place here, crawling all over the place, like all over this hill. I said all over like 4 times right then. Alright. Come on, clones. You can do it. You can do it. I believe. I believe. A couple more getting shot down, but a few of them are actually getting some shots off here. Not too shabby. But they're just getting gunned down the second they crest that hill. Alright. I think we gotta do like some sort of a rush here. Just get as many troops up there as possible. Overwhelm the enemy. Get up there, lads. Get up there. We're seeing a little bit of return fire now. Oh, no, don't retreat, you cowards. Man, your other forces would have been fine if you guys hadn't retreated back. I must not have gotten the no retreat on these guys, because they were so far forward, I think. Stop retreating. There we go. Alright. Well, I have to say, this is looking very no bueno for the clones right now. Darth Jar Jar has really kicked them in the butt. Why don't we just send the rest of this this army forward here? They can do what they can. But it does look like a loss for the clones here, as Darth Jar Jar kicks them in the butt. They're going for one last Hail Mary. Getting a few shots off, but really just kind of getting gunned down overall. And now let's send Darth Jar Jar and his troopers forward here, and they'll play cleanup on the last of these guys. We'll get a flanking force over here so none of them get away. All right, here comes Darth Jar Jar in the front, and his men are taking some hits here, but the clones are getting shot down a bit. All right. I'm not really seeing what happened to Jar Jar. Oh, he stayed back here. Jar Jar got no kills this time around, but his troopers did a great job fending off BLY'S forces. As we can see, BLY is in yellow, and the Binks Brigade is in red. And Binks Brigade took a lot of losses, but not nearly as many as the clones. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Come rate and subscribe if you did, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.